What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. You know, I want to talk about TK Kirkland. He's a very popular comedian, actor, and recently he was on The Breakfast Club. Him and Charlamagne the God had a really good, interesting conversation. And at some parts of that conversation, it revolved around this ideology that if you are a man, and listen to what I'm about to say, if you are a man and you don't have $25,000 in your bank account, you don't deserve to date. You don't deserve to have sex. You got some more work to do. Sex is only for, guys who are doing very well and things like that. And, you can't even afford a woman. If you don't have that, you're going to be ruining some woman's life. And let me just say this. As a guy who has made some pretty decent money, I was broke, let's say, for example, in 2015. I have not been broke since 2016. So, for the last 6 years of my life, I've lived a completely different lifestyle after 35 for these last 6 years than I did before I was 35. I remember never having $25,000 in my account and, struggling and trying to go to school and trying to do what I had to do. And, sometimes when you start making money, you forget about the guys who are still building themselves up. And I would never tell a guy that you don't deserve to have sex if you don't have $25,000. Another way you can look at it is says, hey, listen, you shouldn't even be worrying about dating because you don't even have any money right now. You need to be out there worrying about getting where you need to go. But I see where he's coming from, because at this level, or his level, which is way bigger than mine, he has resources, he has things in place and stuff like that. And it is true. In the black community, you have a lot of guys who are having babies that don't have anything. You have a lot of poverty. And $25,000 really is not a lot of money. But the problem that I have with TK Kirkland is not the fact that, you have a certain amount of money on it. It doesn't matter if it's $25,000 or $500. I don't care, $5 million. The reality is that women don't look at relationships or sexual attraction based on how much money you have. And I think these guys get it all wrong. You're talking about, well, you need to have enough money to go take a girl on a nice date and things like that. And that might be true for certain women. But the reality is this. If a woman likes you, a woman wants to have sex with you, it don't matter if you have $25,000 or not. You ain't even got to have $2. And that's what he's thinking about. As if there's a certain number that women say, you know what? Okay, you don't have $25,000. So because you don't have $25,000, you can't get this booty. That might be true for guys she's not that interested in. When a woman doesn't have a high level of attraction for a man, those are stipulations that she'll tell you. Hey, you got to wait, 90 days before you can hit this booty. Something like that. 90 days, a year. In order to have sex with me, you got to be in a committed relationship. She'll take you out on a lot of dates, a lot of dinner dates. Women do things for, to guys like that they don't really have a high level of interest for, or the interest is moderate. Okay. But if any guy who's ever been with a woman who is really, really, really attracted to you, what do you really have to do? Like, there was a girl I was in a relationship with for like 6 years. The first day I met her, we literally screwed inside of a beat up car in a park. I was wearing that ass out. I was like 26. I was knocking it out. I wish I could go back to that kind of stamina right now. And I'm 40. Okay. We were screwing everywhere. Jesus Christ. I barely had anything. Now, let's say for a guy that had $25,000, $50,000, would she have still messed with me or a guy like me? Sure. because it's about who she's attracted to. Because you could have $25,000, but you're insecure. Like you keep calling the chick. And that's the thing what it's about with dating. Dating is a war in the trenches. Okay? It's the guy that can keep his resilience the most without getting out of the masculine frame. That has nothing to do with money. And see, we don't talk about that a lot, but we need to. Okay? And a lot of times the guys can have 100,000, 200,000. Let's look at Kanye West. Billions. Who is Kim Kardashian with? Pete Davidson. Why? Because Pete Davidson is not as bothered and as butthurt as Kanye West is. And really, women are not looking for guys. I mean, don't get me wrong. It definitely helps if you're a guy that has money. But how much are you in your masculine frame? Do the things that she does, how does it bother you? Does it not bother you? Are you able to walk away? Are you able to demand her respect? Are you really a man? And that's a situation, right? You cannot put a price on being a man. And I had to learn the hard way. I thought, like, really, for me, after coming into a little bit more money than I had before. And again, I'm not a rich person. But I thought, like, you make a lot of money. This is gonna, basically with this kind of money I'm making, I have no problems getting women. Well, surely you'll be able to have more access, but that don't mean that you'll keep them. And you could be a dude taking a girl out to eat, showing a girl a nice time. That girl will leave your house, go deal with a dude that's more of a challenge for her, and will screw his brains out and use your money to do it. Okay? That's what guys don't want to talk about. Guys don't want to talk about this. And I'll say now, after having more money, I actually, don't even want to do the nice things that I used to do, because it's like now, it's not that I have money and I'm using to do what I got to do, but I don't really care now. I'm more confident in me as a man. I know what I will and won't take. I know what my boundaries are. And I know that I can walk away and I can get somebody else, or I can do something. I can even be alone by myself. But that's not going to matter now if I have $25,000 or $2.5 million. That's not going to matter. It matters that I'm still a man at the end of the day, that I have certain levels of respect for myself. There are a lot of guys who have that money, don't have no respect for it. And women walk all over you. I'm going to demand that I have the certain level of respect. And I think that a man starts with that. You start with your level of integrity without even having money. Because before you have money, you have to have the mentality that you're going to be a high achiever. And to have the mentality of being a high achiever is better than having money. And let me just say this. For guys that have $25,000 or $20,000, let's be real. What do these ladies have to do? Okay, I'm going to have $25,000, but then what is that going to do? Like, what am I going to be getting after that? I'm going to tell you, man, a lot of these dudes are going to get all that money, work real hard for ladies that they're going to be dating in general. Obviously, all she got to do is show up. A lot of chicks who want guys that got money, they're really, really, really broke and struggling themselves. Nobody wants to talk about it, but really they are. The higher you go up in your life as a man, you will start to see that they're not like a lot of ladies that really match your intensity on your drive and things like that. This is the reason why guys have like more than one girl or have a lot of women, because a lot of those ladies, if you get $25,000, $100,000, $500,000, $1 million, it's like, listen, like what are you doing here? And if you happen to find that special young lady, you can do it. But usually a lot of guys are going to just do this and get taken advantage of. A man deserves sex if a woman wants to give it to him. Like, TK Kirkland is not the person that issues out sex. Women decide what they want to do. And if a woman wants to give it to the guy, that's her prerogative. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Drunk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe with the bell. Check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains an all-time high. I'm out.